Hi, I am going to be embroidering this belt bag, and so I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing while I work. I'm going to flip the camera and I'll just show you what I'm doing. So I ordered this belt bag on Amazon, and I thought it would be so cute to embroider it. It's just like a Lulu dupe, if you know what those are. So I'm just embroidering it. I stuck this design. This paper is a stick and stitch paper. It's a water soluble sticker paper, and you basically can print anything onto it, any pattern, and then you can embroider through it. And then when I'm done, I'll be able to remove the paper with water. So right now I am just embroidering. I'm using a stem stitch just to outline the flowers on this bag. And the inside of the bag has like pockets, so I'm being really careful to not sew the pockets shut. So I'm kind of using like my fingers on the inside to feel around for it and make sure that I'm not going through the pockets. I'm using 6 strands of thread. The color is this bag. It's just like the Amazon choice one. I think this is the khaki color. And then I'm using a crew colored DMC embroidery floss. And I'm using all 6 strands. But it is turning out really cute. So I'm doing a stem stitch, and it keeps everything kind of smooth as I'm working. So whenever I'm outlining things, I like to either use a back stitch or a stem stitch. The stem stitch just has a little bit more flow to it, I feel like. So I went with that this time around. And I'll be sure to post like a full tutorial when I'm done of how I did this bag, of how I like got the pattern onto this paper and then onto the bag and everything. So you can look for that full tutorial soon. And I'm trying to do like pretty small stitches because since I'll be like wearing this bag, it's gonna get rubbed on and stuff, so I don't want the stitches to come loose. So I am trying to do pretty small stitches. I'm just double checking, making sure I'm not sewing any of the pockets shut. So far, so good. Just got snagged a little, so I gotta figure out what's going on. There we go. And as I'm working, I'm not using an embroidery hoop. You can, because that would honestly be really hard to work with the pocket as well. So I'm just using this paper as kind of acting as a stabilizer, and then I'm just using my hands to kind of feel the thread and feel the tension of the fabric. I don't want, I'm trying to make sure that I don't pull the thread too tight. Otherwise that can cause the fabric to pucker and like bunch up, which is not cute. So as you're embroidering, you just want to make sure that you're keeping the tension of your thread equal to the tension of your fabric. And this is like really what real-time embroidery looks like. This is it. It is not a fast process. It takes some time, but it's really rewarding, and it's honestly really relaxing. So that's what I've got done so far. I feel like it's just looking really smooth. I'm just gonna outline this design. I wanted to keep it kind of minimal, so I'm just gonna outline it. I'm not gonna fill it in. But I will have this pattern linked in the caption eventually. I'm still working on the pattern. This is like the first time I've ever done this one, so it's an experiment. But once I got it all finalized and everything, then I will be sure to link the pattern in case anyone else wants to do it too. Okay, so my thread's getting pretty short, so I'm gonna get a new strand. So I gotta tie off this one. So to do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide my needle underneath a stitch that's nearby, like this, and I'm gonna pull it, but I'm not gonna pull it all the way through. I'm gonna leave this little loop right here, and I'm gonna stick the needle back through that loop and pull it tight. And if I do that twice, it'll make a knot. So I'm going to slide the needle again underneath that stitch and then push it through that loop and pull it tight. And I did that twice, so that makes a knot. So now I'm going to trim off that tail, and then I'm going to get some more thread. So I used 3 strands before, so I've still got the other 3 strands here. So I'm going to thread my needle with these 3 strands. I'm going to pull my needle down, halfway down, and I'm going to knot the 2 ends together. This leaves my needle stuck in the middle of the thread. But I like doing it this way because, well, one, the needle never comes unthreaded accidentally. And also, I think the thread lays better on the fabric when you do it this way. So I always thread my needle this way. And now I'm using 6 strands now though, because I had 3 doubled up, so that makes 6. That's just the thickness I wanted to use. So now I'm just going to keep going where I left off. And I'm still using a stem stitch. And as I'm getting down lower, this pocket on the back is starting to get in the way, so I'm just trying to be really careful. I know I'll end up sewing it shut at some point, but I'm gonna have to fix that when I get to it. So I'm just kind of trying to push it out of the way and make sure I'm feeling for that pocket so that I'm always aware of where it's at. And it's always good to, you can double check by flipping it over before you pull your needle through. So this belt bag is from Amazon, and they have like a lot of colors. This one gets pretty good reviews, and I've been using it like before I embroidered it. I've been using it for a little bit just to like see how I like it, and I like it a lot. So I'll also link this belt bag. It's like, I think it was $16.99 on Amazon, and some of them, like the black one I know was like $13.99, so it's very affordable. And I have the Lulu one as well. Honestly, so comparable. I can't tell you the difference. They seem the same to me. So, to mess up your Lulu bag, grab one of these knockoffs, and it's like a lot more affordable if you mess up. The consequences aren't as large. If you have never ever embroidered before, I've got a lot of like tutorials on my channel that teach you how to do these stitches. So like I said, this is the stem stitch that I'm doing. I've got a specific tutorial for that on my channel if you want to look that up. This is one of the this is a stitch I use a lot, especially when I'm doing like flower stems. Stem stitch is always a go-to. So far, I have not sewn the pocket shut, so that is a win. I'll show you here in a second what the inside pocket looks like. So here's a look at the inside. You can see I'm just working underneath it. Hi, Bennett. Okay, 1 second. What am I doing? I'm making a bag, and I'm doing a video.
Mom, you put my snacks in.
Bennett is my little boy, and he wants snacks. He just came to tell me. Juice and snacks.
You put the snack in that bag.
Oh, this is a bag I'm working on. It's a bag I'm embroidering. Whoops, be careful, please.
These.
Sorry, my 3-year-old is
What happened these? What happened these, Mom?
shaking the camera a bit.
What happened these, Mom? What happened these?
They fell on the ground.
Are they sticky? Are they stuck? Are they stuck?
Yeah, they're stuck.
You get out?
Yeah, you can go play with them on the couch.
Okay. So, what is it about you?
Okay. I feel like I'm getting a little sloppy right here, so I'm going to try to focus in again.
Is this sticky? Hang them out. Open it. Open it and not sticky.
Okay, thank you. With a stem stitch, when you're like going around corners, it's good to do small stitches because it makes it flow better. Like a stem stitch will look smoother if the stitches are smaller when you're turning. And since I'm doing flower petals, it's all a curve. Everything's a curve. So I'm trying to do smaller stitches. Sometimes I get impatient and just want to do bigger ones because it goes faster, but it shows, like you can see more of the stitches and like the jagged edges when I do that. So I'm just trying to slow it down here and do a little smaller stitches. I will be posting a full tutorial of how I did this soon on my channel. This is just a little preview of the project I'm working on. But when I'm done, I'll have like a full how-to. So if you want to embroider your own belt bag, you can. Okay, I think I'll just finish up this petal and pause here for today. And then I will continue tomorrow. Just have one more petal left. How much is that gonna bug you? If I just leave the one petal? Gosh, I should just finish it, but I'm not going to. I'll work on it again tomorrow. Thanks for joining my live.